Hi, I'm Rebecca Farrar, or Wild Witch of the West is my alias that I'm pretty proud of. I think it's kind of creative. So I wanted to talk briefly about what's going on right now with the eclipses happening soon. We're coming into an eclipse season, and those always happen in pairs. So when there's a lunar eclipse, there's a solar eclipse. One is the full moon, which is lunar, and then the new moon is the solar eclipse. And while the solar eclipses tend to get a lot more attention, because especially with the annular ones, where it's you can see the outside rim of the, oh, and my cat decided to join. Kissing babe. Um, with the solar eclipses, they tend to get more attention, and I think that's really indicative of what goes on for us collectively with astrology, where we tend to kind of focus more on the sun sign and avoid the moon. So this lunar eclipse, it's in Leo, it's wanting to be seen. Kind of the shadow and positive sides of the Leo moon could be really wanting attention or wanting to be the center of attention, possibly being interested in kind of the drama of it all. But then the elevated, which is really creative and warm-hearted, and has such a sweetness and kind of the king or queen with heart. So that energy is of that moon is in a grand trine with Uranus and Eris. So we have Eris, the asteroid of kind of what you want to fight for, like what you really believe in, with Uranus, the planet of newness and change and shifting and consciousness and awareness. And then also all of that is in a trine with Saturn, creating some stability and structure. And I see the beauty of this grand trine really in that relationship where we have the newness of Uranus and the stability and structure with Saturn, and how those two don't have to be at odds. How I think so much of this psychological splitting kind of separation that's happening right now in this phase is really, the old can exist with the new, just as the new can exist with the old. And how do we create structures that really honor both of those? And I think that's what this eclipse is about, is it's starting a new phase of also, of course, looking at that nice shadow Pluto that's in there, but that's a story for a different time. So just to kind of finish up really quickly, I wanted to just say that I think that this full moon, especially this eclipses are really these kind of karmic turning points. So these leaps and these real shifts happening in our awareness, because it's this, there's the shadow of both the sun and the moon going on in these. So it's really shaking up kind of what we're aware of in ourselves. Each eclipse also has, of course, its collective kind of theme, but then also what's happening for you personally. So with this one on Friday, really look at what's happening at 22 degrees Leo in your chart, and that might give you some insights into what area you either want to be seen or you want more attention, so that it doesn't manifest in maybe its more detrimental ways, the shadow Leo. That is all I'll say. Visit my site, Wild Witch West, for more videos or resources. I also have a recording that goes into more specifically about each of those eclipses that are coming up in February. Have a good night.